doing?
Hi guys, my name is Mpamile and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about I guess failing in university, or rather dealing with failing in university, or something along those lines, right? So I figured that it would be perfect to talk about it because, you know, most of us are fighting for our lives. Like most of us right now, it's the time of the year where you kind of like, you're operating to save the degree. Like it's Operation Save the Degree. Like this is the time. If anything, this is the time to get the degree. I'll give you guys a quick like background story about, you know, I have always been like a top achiever, like, you know, top 3 vibes, top 1 vibes. Like, man, you know, I've never failed in my life.
Oh, that's good for you, baby.
Prior to coming to university, after getting that offer, and you know, you're so excited, it doesn't cross your mind that things are not going to work out the way that you think they're going to work out, you know, the way that you planned in your mind. Because for me, after high school, I was like, excuse me, I'm gonna go to university for 3 years, get the degree and buy a Mini Cooper and be a business girl. Like I planned my life, right? And then I come to university and then it's just L's. It's just L's. L's are flying. L's after L's after L's. First of all, I didn't feel confident enough to ask like a question in a lecture hall full of 1,000 people. No. Come on, now you think of it, if I ask a stupid question, what if they ask me to support, like, what did I understand? That time you didn't understand anything. Like you were there in the lecture, there's nothing that you understood. So now you're overthinking everything. I'm not gonna lie, for me personally, guys, I only acclimatized myself to wits and, you know, how to study, you know, finding my way of studying only in September. And then it was late. It was late. The jacarandas were out. And that's when you know that, you know that, no. Right? And I guess for me, I'm making this video because I just want to like tell anyone or speak to people who maybe have failed or they're failing still, you know. Like I said, we were saving the degree still. That for me, that year, my first year at university, I didn't know anything, right? I didn't know a lot, and I wish I knew. I wish I had people tell me that, you know, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not a movies. It's not like the movies where you go and then you graduate. It's not like the movies. And for some people it happens where they go to university and they graduate record time. That's great. But for others, like myself, that's not the case. And I wish I knew how to deal with things, you know, as they come. Because I remember I lost myself a lot that year. Because, you know, like you were a student that, you know, you never failed, guys. Like I never failed in my life.
Good for you. God.
And then you come to vids and then you're failing and then you start questioning yourself. Like you start questioning, is it because I'm dumb? Like what's going on? I was like, what's going on? Don't I deserve to be here? I felt like I didn't deserve to be there. I felt like I was just like, they made a mistake. Because I was like, there's no way. I would tell myself stuff like that I was not good enough. I was not like, you know, I was not smart enough. Like I was not enough, you know. And I thought, I'll never make it. And I was depressed. Oh my gosh. And at the time, I think my first depression, I experienced it here because I'd never experienced depression, or I didn't even know at the time that it was depression because I'd never experienced something like that. I remember there were times where I'd given up. Like I think I'd given up because I'd go to the lecture and I just didn't understand, guys. I didn't understand what was happening. Like next time that's the new man. And you know in the lecture, right, the people who would like ask questions or even like add to the lecture, and I'm there clueless, wait, I'm there, I get to be fuck on, I get to be nix. And I'm just like, there's no way. Like, boy, ain't no way, boy. I remember my friends one time, they called me and like they video called me. Guys, that time they're in class. No, it was after class. They're, they're asking, dude, where are you? And I was literally at home washing my face or something like that. And they're like, mate, we had a class and we still have more classes. And I was like, Andiz, me? I'm not coming. I'm not. No, it's not. No, I'm not good. No. I remember thinking, my future's not bright. My future is not bright. Is not bright. Because it was like no matter how people were helping me, I just couldn't get it still. I think I will never take anything from that year. Like, I do not regret anything that happened in that year. I don't, because I think it taught me so much. First of all, it humbled me. Like, I'm holy. That's humble me. Like, I'm humble, okay? Because I'm humble because of it. It humbled me and it taught me to be patient, not only with myself but with people. Because I remember in high school, guys, I never used to understand people who would fail even though they studied, or if you helped them with something and then they still didn't get it. I would be so confused. Like, I just explained this to you right now. Why can't you, dude? I just explained to you right now. Why can't you tell me what I explained to you, right? But and then I came to it, and then I was like, okay, yeah, it's a real thing. It's very possible to study to course night and then still get an L. That's a possibility. Okay, that is a possibility. That's it. I'll build a character. Because sometimes it's like, just because I picked myself up from 2019 and I came back, it doesn't mean that it's been smooth sailing. Still, there's some things that I've experienced that are like, damn, L, okay, academic L, right? And you have to keep on standing up from that. You have to keep on picking yourself up and trying again, guys. Like, one of the characteristics that I really possess is my ability to pick myself up no matter what. Like, my ability to take the L and say, you know what, this too shall pass. This too shall pass, to try again and again and again and again until it works. It's gonna work. Like, one day it's gonna work, guys. But one day it's gonna work. Even if you're failing but you're studying, still keep on studying, keep on trying, because one day something is gonna give. It has to give. It has to give. I think we also have to realize and accept that it's your degree. At the end of the day, it's your life. Like, even if you have besties or whatever, you guys are not gonna work at the same firm. Sorry. Or you guys are not gonna earn the same salary, or you're not gonna Bophelo as a group work. Bophelo as a group work, and it's never gonna be group work. Our lives are not gonna be the same. Our journeys are not gonna be the same. Our stories are not gonna be the same. And just because I'm failing and somebody is passing, or it's your story, it's your life, and it will work out in the end. Like, the people who have finished school, record time, but then they didn't have a job. And then the people who, finished school maybe 3 years, a 3-year degree, finished it in like 5 years, and then straight after that they get a job immediately. So I think it's accepting that it's not a group work thing. Yeah, it's not a group work, and nobody's gonna laugh at you. Nobody's gonna laugh. Nobody cares. And quite frankly, I feel like in university, bruv, we're keeping it moving. Like, nobody cares, bruv. Like, nobody's gonna judge you. Do you understand me? Nobody, because I think we're mature enough in university to kind of be like, hey, bruh, each to their own. And I think we should stop beating ourselves up just because, and it hurts. it really hurts to see people that are you in the same class with, they're graduating, bruh. They're graduating and you're just like, fuck, damn. That could have been me. It's not you, bro. Sorry. It's not you. But that doesn't mean that you're lesser or you I don't know, you're dumb or whatever. You're not, so you have to pick yourself up and keep going. Keep going, guys, keep going. We don't have dreams, and we should stop like trying to like fit into other people's dreams. I think that's also one of the things that I did, even choosing the career path that I did, because I wasn't even sure what I wanted to do, but I heard people saying that it has money, and I was like, okay, let's go. Somebody saying I want to work at Kai, the big four, whatever. And your dream is to own 10 taxis, is to be a business person. Just because you hear somebody is to, we're carrying other people's dreams, So you should stop that. We should stop that. And if there's one thing that I want to believe, and I'll never stop believing, is that we're gonna be fine. And I think you only lose when you stop, guys. You only lose when you stop. I think one thing that keeps me going is that just reminding myself, if you read stories rather of successful people, I'm talking about billionaires, millionaires, they didn't have a smooth sailing journey. It wasn't just like bang and then he was Elon Musk, and then he was Jay-Z or whatever. No, those people, they were so unfortunately bona le di hiccup ke la bona le di koti bona le di stop bona le di eng, mare as long as you pick yourself up and keep going, everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. Let's push. Yeah, I push it, and it's difficult. It's not easy. So even if I go, I know there's a time when you're going to look back and you're going to remember that you failed 5 times, but at that time you would have been a CA, qualified chartered accountant, or an actuary, or whatever that you want to be, or a doctor. At that time you would look back and you'll laugh, and it will be funny. It won't be, you won't die, man. Life goes on, guys. The show must go on. And also I think one thing also that I learned throughout the years is that people are not stuck because of wena. For example, if an example of, like, let me say, when I was depressed and I didn't go to class, other people went to class. Even if you're in class and you don't understand, there are people that are understanding. I think life is not going to stop because of you. Life is not going to nurse you. Life is not going to come to a standstill because we're now go. Life goes on. The show must go on, Ndasi. The show must go on. So get off the depression. Tsuwa, my darling. Tsuwa. For your life, for your future. Guys, you see, every time when I think about my future self and my future kids, I'm just like, there's no way I want to give those people a mediocre life. There's no way I want to give them a mediocre lifestyle. There's no way. And I'm going to fight and I'm going to give it my all. I think I'll be happy when I'm 30 and maybe unsuccessful, God forbid. And I knew that I did everything that I could possibly do to try to make it, And that's the thing, in an exam, if you go to an exam and you fail, there's, there's one thing. It's one thing to go in an exam, fail, because you didn't study enough. And there's another thing going to an exam, fail, knowing that you did all you possibly could. There are no regrets there. So I think life, you should take it like that. You should do everything, give it 100%, that you're not going to regret it. Let's save this degree, I guess. Let's save this degree. Let's save this future. Let's save this life.